mini don number one boss lady wasikie vibaya. Nimekuwa chini nikiasol delete na sina ubaya. Yeah, nashikisha kama bebe isili. Na washikisha na manjeve baridi. Kuzidi ntazidi wazidi kusikia vibaya. Sasa mini donga boss lady wasikie vibaya.
That's Fena and Jugush. Jugush is such a character. Honestly, Jugush makes me so happy. All right, so that's been Song of the Week. Let me introduce the panel. Smita is here, and of course, Boyo. Smita, you... Okay, let me get your thoughts on Song of the Week. Fena never disappoints.
Yeah. No, it's a joke.
And why? Yeah. Because Jugush is there?
It's just a joke. Yeah. It's like one long joke, but with the lyrics.
But I love the song. Don't you like the production behind it? It's colorful.
Yeah, it's a colorful joke.
Would you be found dancing to it? Were you not just dancing 2 seconds ago?
With my six-pack.
Yeah, you were. Tell the audience, were you not just dancing 2 seconds ago? You were dancing.
Yes, I was dancing, yeah, but this was within the privacy of our uncameraed quarters. Yeah.
All right, Boyo, let me get your thoughts on this jump.
It's a club banger in terms of the beats. I can jump to it, definitely. And I like the fact that she stays true to her hood. She reps her hood very nicely. Apart from the glossy men,
and Jugush running up and down.
And Jugush in and out. Definitely, I will jump to it.
Okay. I mean, this is fantastic. The fact that Jugush, by professional, he's a comedian, but here he is featuring in a music, in a song. I mean...
Yeah, but he's there like a comedian.
But at the end of the day, it's Fena featuring like, Jugush.
Yes, some skeleton is running around the foreground there with the skeleton frame.
You know, laughing at Jugush. If it was you, Smith, over there with your tumbo.
No, me, I would first go to the gym.
Like please.
6 months. I just do rollers.
To prepare.
Before I take out my shirt. You never find me shirtless.
Are you? Okay.
I don't do scare.
That's Song of the Week. Would love to hear your thoughts on the Song of the Week. So make sure you tweet us and send us your thoughts in regards to that. So of course, this being Hot Topics, we want to take a look at some of the biggest pop culture stories that are causing a buzz in the entertainment world. We'll begin with here at home. I don't know if you guys saw the story for KICC.
Yes.
I'm not going to go into details. If you haven't seen it, please get on the internet. Don't make me say it.
Yes.
I beg you, just Google KICC and the structure behind it and what inspired its specific structure. I'm not even going to begin with Smita. He's about to jump onto this. Smita,
I was about to jump onto it.
Oh my goodness.
Like a pan.
Please keep...
The last thing I want to do is to jump onto it.
Onto KCC. Let's keep this rated. Let's keep this rated. But I mean, Boyo, our National Heritage Building, KCC, where the events hold, where we hold corporates, where the world sees us, was the structure behind it. Just let me hear your thoughts.
Was inspired by a donkey's junk.
Yes.
I just want to know the architect. How long did he take to analyze that junk for him to say, I think this is the proper design, and what different aspects we should add to the junk for it to look like the case, you see, because it's very and it's interesting, but weird at the same time. I wish he had said it was inspired by a biro pen or something else. It would be much better.
Okay, Smita, your turn.
You really ask me.
Yes.
And I'll say...
Please keep it rated,
yes,
I beg
absolutely.
you.
It's a donkey's junk, but with ribbed prophylactics. You know, like... Yeah, so that's what it is. And I have to say, it's not the first thing in the world. There are places which... These naughty monuments, I just didn't think it's in Kenya. In Russia, there's something called the Four Horsemen. Some architect who was forced to build like a sculpture. It's a huge thing on a bridge called Fontanka. If you look at, how do I say this politely? If you look at the 4 footballs of the horse, he had drawn the Tsar's face in quarters.
Yes. And then fireworks happened during December?
Yes. Now, when that happens, we'll have known that 2018 has reached its climax. That's when you say the year has reached a climax.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
With the fireworks. But you know what? This got me thinking. After this whole issue, I don't know about you guys, but I was looking at every Nairobi structure like this on the road. Have you seen the new one in Westlands, the roundabout, the one that's shaped like an egg? Well, we think it's shaped like an egg for all we know.
Yes.
But it's shaped like an egg, right? Yes. Have you seen that structure? It's like looking at buildings in Kenya different.
I want to know the one on Valley Road, the beautiful one. With,
Valley Road. The one that is...
Yes.
There's someone said socks. Like socks that seem to be not well pulled up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kenyans on Twitter.
Yeah. The thing that looks like...
Yeah, it's Kenyans on Twitter.
It's very dimensional.
Or maybe it's still junk, but after...
Oh my goodness.
No.
We refuse that, Smita. We refuse that. There's no way all our buildings can be inspired by that.
Look at it, that old man, he needed to get something off his chest before God calls him.
So yeah, Leona.
And
this
sometimes,
is the right
you know,
time.
as an artist, I can tell you, you never know where inspiration comes from.
Oh, please.
Maybe you're in Limuru, you're looking at your donkey, you're thinking of turning it into samosa.
A structure. Oh my God.
Then your donkey is looking at you.
Then you
Or
decide.
it's looking at your wife. Your donkey is looking at your wife.
Then you decide to build
And
a
then
monument
the donkey
structure.
sort of gets turned on. And then you're like, that's hiyo ndio nitajengea mzee. Hiyo ndio design.
Our national monument.
You start drawing quickly.
And yeah, I would love to have known how that idea came to him.
No, I'm telling you, that's how it came to him.
Oh,
I'm giving you the
would
exact
know.
scenario.
You would know.
This is like 50 years ago. Yeah.
All right, okay. So away from the case, unless, Boyo, you have something else to add to that?
No, I'm not adding anything to that.
You
Beautiful.
don't have a few more inches of talk?
No, we do not have, Smita.
No.
Oh yeah, but time is not measured in inches. Sorry, okay.
Okay, so there's one video that has also been making rounds, especially on WhatsApp. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. The video where a white man is chasing a security guard. If you haven't seen it, we're talking about it, but first of all, take a look at it.
Songa.
So it's not the Chinese we need to worry about anymore. Now we have to think about other people, right? And this is the scenario we're in at us. And, well, we don't know even what happened. We don't know what that security guard did to trigger such an emotions. But given the sort of atmosphere we're in the country with the racist comments from the SGR to other things, this one has fallen at the wrong time, Smita.
No, but sometimes those watchmen can be very annoying. Yeah. No, I'm just joking. If you are white, if you are white, just keep away from, just chill. This is not the time. Kenyans are very annoyed right now.
Yes.
Yeah, we are annoyed at Chinese primarily because everyone is realizing, you know, everyone is talking about Kenya tax, ushurus and so on. So we are in a cauldron.
This is not the right time.
Only South Sudanese are allowed to abuse us right now.
Why?
Because we are just blacker than all of us. Mnaka kama makaa, you are allowed. People tape and then you feel sorry. We'll say your country is falling apart, Juba, Yeah.
We'll allow you.
Yeah?
So
you
you
are Indian, Chinese, European, American. Relax. Kenyans are very annoyed. We will be very angry.
And this is not the right time to pick a fight.
Yeah, the only light people, it's people like Chep. You are light like this and you're obviously light and Kenyan. So, unaweza tukana watu.
But this raises a lot of questions. Like we said, you know, fine, again, we do not know what the security guard did. And yes, sometimes they're not the best characters to deal with, especially when you're having a bad day. But nevertheless, to act out in such a range, if I as a Kenyan do not act the same way when my watchman or a watchman in a different place annoys me, then who are you to throw punches in our country, on our land, Boyo?
I'm mad. The fact that the white guy attacked the Kenyan guard. Because most of the times, they're actually favored more than the fellow Kenyan. If, let's say, we go to the same gate, most of the time, Boyo is likely to be inspected and the white guy will be let through without any inspection, without any identification. But I like the fact that this guy might have asked for a form of identification or questioned something, and the white guy was like, I'm not taking this.
I'm never questioned.
No, I'm never questioned. How dare you? But if it's a protocol for everyone, no one should be excluded. So if that was what happened, it was a bad thing for the white man to react like that, because it's a community gate. I can see there, it's a community gate, so that means everyone must be inspected when you're getting in. So who are you that you should not be inspected if fellow black people are being inspected? Stand there, show your ID, let the gate man go through, and
life moves on.
But if it was something else, then I don't know. But it looks very basic.
I think, is it on page 39? You have a mzungu called expatriate. Eh?
On page 39 of the book.
Yes.
Your former teacher. This one was taught by mzungus. Eh?
Why are you mulikaing me like this, Vita? Surely.
Yes. This Partington. Eh?
Page 39?
Yes.
39.
Like Kenyans hate long queues. Eh? Yeah. But there's that white privilege. Well, white
They
people,
always have a white privilege.
Yes. Yeah. They come here. You'll find even the most useless mzungu. Eh?
Even at the restaurant,
you'll
they'll
find
be
like
served
someone
first.
who's just a cook in Ukraine. Eh? I mean, I'm talking about somebody I know. Somebody's a cook in Ukraine. Then they come here to Kenya. Then they start harassing. Eh? They become a manager. And then they expect white people. They think all the black girls will fall in love with them. Eh?
Negative?
Yeah, of course it's not true. But they expect all at Mzungu and all the girls are just like, oh my God.
But then the other thing that perhaps we should question, I don't know why everyone is laughing in studio. The other thing we should question ourselves is, why do we, as Kenyans, as black people, as Africans, why do we allow that? Why do we give special favors to someone who is not black? Be it Indian, be it Asian, be it white. So the problem also starts with us.
Yeah, I don't have any such. I mean, personally, I think you should just be, you're in your country, you're in your house, eh? So you should also make them feel, eh? In fact, I go out of my way to make sure they know that they're not in Australia.
You go the extra mile to let them know you're in
this
their
is
land.
not Nepal, eh? So you must. So I would serve the black person first, and you tell them, hold up. Yes, because this is where nationalistic pride begins. We are not in siku za mbeberu. You are behaving like Nabongo. Ndio mzungu. And when I go to Costa, I once kicked up a huge fuss. I went and took away the mzungu's food because I wasn't going to eat that food, but I'd been waiting. So when it was served first, I said, you have mistaken the table. And I went and I took the mzungu's food at a 5-star hotel and I put it on my knee. Then I
So
said,
you were there earlier, but you weren't served first?
3 portions passed me by. And I said, this is not my portion. So I took the food. I said, now, nikachukua chakula mzungu. And this is, you must stand up for your
rights.
But that has happened.
This was here in Kenya, at that 5-star hotel.
Yes.
Moyo.
But that same thing has happened to me. I was with my pal, who is white, and we were driving to a neighborhood to visit a common friend. She was not stopped, but when I got to the gate, I was stopped. And I asked the guard, why have you not stopped the car before and you're stopping me? Yet both of us are visitors. Both of us, we did not know. We were using Google Maps to get there. So why stop me? And it was a big issue and all that. So we need to learn. If it's protocol, let everyone go through the same protocol. No one is above it.
So what did you? What happened?
Sort of white, you are yellow, but you are not white.
Yeah, you're not there yet.
Yeah,
So
you're
then
not there yet.
how did that scenario end,
Are you
boy?
there yet?
I'm not there yet. So
No, I gave him a piece of my mind. Like, if you're to check everyone, please call her back, check her too. Or next time, do not do that. Everyone should undergo through the same thing.
Yeah.
No one is above the law.
Right.
If that is the law of the estate or the law of the area, please let everyone be subjected to it.
Smita is the lawyer
And he was
here.
like, oh yes, madam, and all that.
In some club in some foreign country. And then when they wanted to check people, they said, the bouncer came straight to me.
You have dreads, you're black, everything.
So I was like, why? Yeah, why? So he said, no, they're checking everybody. I said, but why am I number one? Yeah. Yeah, this was in Barcelona. I said, why am I number one? So he said, no, it's everybody. I said, but I'm in the middle of the room. You could start there, or yani Bonza ametoka, amekuja. Yes? I just wanted him to admit it's because you are black. I think that wasn't coming out. It was just like, well, we are looking for, we had a very weird conversation.
So let me get straight.
Yeah.
You are at the center of the room, but you are number one.
Yes, you checked. You said they were going to check everybody. So now I said, now,
it's because you're black.
they must check everybody.
It's
first.
because you're black.
Black with dreads.
With dreads. It doesn't help the scenario. Okay. Okay, so the food and your whole, Smita, your life is interesting. All right, if there's something else that actually caught a lot of the attention, it was, get this. An MP tells a governor's wife to concentrate on her kitchen in a protocol role. So a lot of what has been happening, but let me help you understand the story behind this. The Laikipia County Women Rep Miss Catherine Waraguru said, told the county governor's wife, Miss Mariam Bekena, that her place is in the kitchen. These are her words, and I quote, "We elected the governor and not the first lady. She should concentrate on her kitchen and other domestic chores."
Was this a woman telling another woman?
Yes, this is a fellow woman telling another woman that, okay, fine, yes, we did elect a governor at the end of the day.
Yes.
There's no place for, like, the women rep, the first lady, like, in terms of the constitution. Maybe you can help me understand this as far as I'm concerned. We elected a governor.
Yes.
But then to go ahead and say that your place is in the kitchen, a woman to another woman?
Yes. What was she doing exactly?
War
Why
of
was
words.
she being told,
War of words.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's not a constitutional question. It's very domestic. It's like two watches fighting.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, where does the law come in,
No.
It's just a very masculine and what feminist, like say, one woman using a patriarchal put down. Because that's
put
what
down
men
another
used to
woman.
tell,
Right.
Yeah, that's what you tell when you have no points. Tell a woman, hey, enda jikoni. Wanaume. So for me, it's just more ironic.
And it's ironic, and the reason, Boyo, this even
It's
though
disrespectful.
it's from one
Even
woman to
though
another.
she does not have a position.
Yes.
She might have her own career. So you don't tell me I should go to the kitchen because I'm married to the governor. No. Secondly, as the first lady of the county,
Yes.
they always have different initiatives they're championing. So to just tell her, to dismiss her and tell her, go back to the kitchen, it will be like, you're not acknowledging other things I do apart from being a wife. And yes, I do go to the kitchen to cook for my husband. But apart from that, there are other things she champions within the county. The other thing, as a learned wife, in terms of career, she does. So it was disrespectful for a woman rep to say that.
And this has been a very big debate, especially socially, for the longest time, why women are always against each other. And this is where the likes of Smita beat us, the boy child. You guys are very good at working together and strengthening each other and pulling each other up. Well, as women, and not all, some women, because I've seen amazing women who help each other out.
Considering she's a woman rep, she was put there to champion women's cause. So she can work actually with the First Lady of the county.
Boy. Instead of telling her to go to the kitchen.
Instead of telling her to go to the kitchen, let's go to the office and make things happen.
All right.
No, but
Valid point.
I think it's just biological because men used to, no, really, men used to hunt together in parks.
Yes.
Yeah? You had to go out there. It's just in the DNA. And you had to work as a team. Yeah? That's why guys are so football crazy and so on. Yeah? Women were taking care of the individual, let's say, caves or huts or whatever. And if we were hooked up, and we are hooked up, say, and Gaberone cooks better than you, I can start sliding in that direction.
But I'm sure she cooks better than me.
Yeah, yes, we know your generation.
Wow. Wow. Like, boy and I are not in the same generation.
The part I should tell you, go to the kitchen.
Oh! At the end of the day, your sandwich, be careful, and that's where knives are.
No, this I always sit near the door. I avoid that situation.
Just in case.
Me, I'm ready to.
But you're saying it's biological, but Peter,
Yes.
there are other women who help other women
Yes,
out.
I'm not saying you can't overcome the biological sort of brain, Yeah, but you asked why is it that men? So I'm telling you why.
From a
very
boy's child
genetic-
perspective.
No, from a genetic, not a boy child. Me, I'm not a boy
It's
child.
not about
I think I'm a man
genetics and
child.
biology. It's about what is right and what is wrong.
Yes.
And that was wrong.
Yeah, especially because the governor's wife, I'm sure, has some cooks. Always sort of crooking our money. Some
Really?
is for chefs. I'm not saying that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but which governor's wife is supposed to be cooking?
There are some who cook, and the problem is not the cooking. Cooking is okay. Cooking is
The
okay.
problem
So they should be
is-
greeting each other
the
like
prob-
that.
no,
like
the
this.
problem-
What's cooking?
Wow.
Yeah.
The problem is when the women rep discredited the governor's wife, saying you should go back to the
You see, this woman is just feeling how she has achieved on her own. Eh? She's feeling proud that I'm the female rep. Me, I got votes. You are just enjoying the fruits of your husband's
Work.
labor.
Why not?
Yes. And why not? I
husband.
agree.
Why not?
That's what women are there for, anyway.
All right, let me bring your attention to another story, and this one is courtesy of Wema Sepetu. And apparently, it has risen up a lot of social conversation around it, even given what's happening. Men who live with their girlfriends. Not girlfriends who live with their men. Men who live with their girlfriends. Utumia gari yangu, you come to the house. And this is after Wema Sepetu's mother said that shouldn't be the scenario. So it has an entire social conversation around this. And maybe begin with you, Boyo. Boyo, even though you liked, who do we call your boyfriend's name, your alleged boyfriend? John, very much. Would you allow him to move in with you?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Because that's a responsibility of a man. I should move to
But what if you
his
have the,
house.
what if you have the better
I know I have a better house. So you're just not moving into my house.
So you will move into his house?
No, yes, I'll move into his house and or he can move to my house and take responsibility of the bills and everything.
Yes.
So now technically it becomes his house.
Yeah.
Smita, would you move into a woman's
But
house, or is
he
it the other
cannot.
way around?
You know, sometimes, like she's saying, women are very nice houses. Eh? me when I've been in between periods, I see how my house looks like. Eh? So, I've seen. Eh? And even me, I want to move out.
From your own house?
Yes. Sometimes you come and you're just like Jesus. Eh? Ntahama lini, you tell yourself, ntahama lini. Because that's the condition.
The condition.
So, I'm being very honest. So,
Thank you for your honesty.
Yes. So it's okay, but when you are there, please, start taking up your masculine responsibilities immediately, which starts with the rent.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford the rent there, then that woman is out of your range. Move back to your house. Yes. Just go. Don't go and become these people who you are sitting on the couch. Hauna gari yako, but you want to drive a car. Roll with the boys, you're there. You know, those two big men in small cars, like a pink car, you're just there. Some asking even for pocket money, my M-Pesa from the women.
But some men wouldn't
You know,
even allow
this
that.
is lack of self-respect. The Kisimi feels very offended about that. And let me tell you, our small daughter now called Chelsea, she's 7. But if I'm healthy, or even if I'm sick, nipate mwanaume kwa nyumba yake.
It's a war.
I will throw him out myself. We can stop talking after that.
But talking about Wema Sepetu, the issue was because the boyfriend could not pay electricity tokens.
Electricity.
Electricity
Okay.
tokens.
So you want them
Tokens.
to make love in the dark?
It just no.
Cook in the
Maybe
dark.
that was the plan.
What is happening?
No. The power went off, and Wema Sepetu's boyfriend could not pay for the tokens.
Yeah.
So the mom was like, if you can't pay for just tokens,
For the
get
dinner.
away, get out of my house.
Hata zitima hawezi lipa.
The Tima.
Like a
As
decoration.
minimum of 200 shillings, you can get a token.
Okay, so Boyo, I want you to take us through, was it the Nairobian or
Yes,
Pulse?
the Nairobian.
The Nairobian. Then, of course, Peter, you take us through the Pulse for today. The Pulse is inside the Standard newspaper, so grab a copy of the Standard newspaper. Inside you'll find the Pulse. This is where all the udaku within the nation happens. All right, so we begin with the Nairobian.
Yes, on the front page we have Mungatana, who was con 76 million because of wash.
Do you guys know Africa's youngest billionaire in Tanzania has been kidnapped.
Yes, that's-
I'm telling you, that's where the economic strain has shattered us. Now we are kidnapping billionaires.
Anyway, that's scary.
Go ahead. Boyo.
So he was conned 76 million by West African conmen. And at first he was given a small amount of money in dollars, which was told it's proof, go to a forex exchange and prove if it's legit, and he proved. And later he sold his land, gave out his car for more billions. So he gave out 76, aiming for $1 billion, and he was conned. He never got the billion. So you can read that story on